What's doing? Welcome back. It's been a while. We've got something massive. Let's get into it. Is this the world's first? Probably not, but it sounds cool, so let's say it. World's first in-calendar at Procheck. This is big. I don't know if you're ready for it. Let's go inside the car and have a look in there. All right, so inside Alanna's 200. Now, if you don't remember Alanna's 200, she was the first one we did the multi-mapping on. Well, multi-mapping, we called it our Pro 2 tune. So you have a power switch, which is down here. And in the 200s they have that power switch. In the 79s they didn't. We made our own switch, so you could press the switch. You could have map 1, map 2. So on Alanna's car, I'll be on the screen here, map 1 was 200 kilowatts and 612, and map 2 was 228 kilowatts and 696 newton meters. This is pre-DPF. She has plus 30 injectors, airbox, snorkel, 3-inch exhaust. Now, we're going to rock the boat a little bit. We're going to bring out some actual multi-mapping. That's right, we're going to be able to have 4 maps. 4. These are completely programmable. We can make them to suit whatever you want to do. We're going to be able to have, we can have immobiliser, we can have power tunes, we can have stock tunes, we can have eco tunes, we can have hard cut limiters, we can have lumpy idles. All those things, we can program them all in, and they're all controllable via you in the way of switching between the maps. But let's get stuck into getting this thing. First of all, I'm going to delete out my original 2 tune. We'll go back to stock and we'll start from scratch, and we'll see how we go with this thing. Okay, so we're sitting in the car. I'm going to go through this a few times just so you get the grasp of what's going on. But a bit of a disclaimer, I'm not going to show you how we switch these gears, not because I'm trying to hide anything, but just because one of the options we can put in this is Immobiliser. So there's no point showing you how we do this, because if people that watch this want to steal the car, then they're going to know how to change through what we're doing. So when you purchase this product, obviously we're going to go through it with you so you get to see what's going on. At the moment it's in map 1, the car is running, so I'll flick you around and I'll show you how we go through all the different maps. We've got 4 maps on this one, like I said, and there's a couple of extras in here as well, some spiciness. So as you can see here, it's just idling as per normal. Ignore all the lights flashing and stuff because we've got traction control turned off and we've been running it from the dyno. But if we go and select our maps here, so we were in map 1, we can go to map 2, map 3, map 4, and we can cycle all the way back around to map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4, and I can go backwards as well. So that's our maps, and we're now in map 1. We also have lumpy idle. I don't know if you can hear that out the back. That's lumpy idle. But on top of that, we can accelerate through. And we've got launch control. So we've got launch control, lumpy idle. We can have hard cut limiter in as well. I haven't finished tuning this yet, so I'll just show you the screen up here now. This is basically just loaded in a base map to get me some rough ideas. This has got plus 30s, standard turbos, 3-inch exhaust, snorkel, airbox. I've had to wipe out my other tune and start from scratch because of the way this programming works behind the scenes. So I'll show you the screen and we'll talk about it. So what we have is map 1. Like I said, these are basic numbers. So 137, 420, map 2, 158, 500, map 3, 170, 532, and 183, 605. Now, Alanna's asked for this to be a couple of different things. I'll have to get my phone and find out what she wants. Hang on a second, I'll pull my phone out and we'll see what she's asked for in the request. And we'll jump back in the car here so that the flashing lights don't get us. So we'll go to Alanna's messages here. And what have we got? Can we please attempt a fuel saver, a full wank, a hard tow, and a surprise? So we're going to do that. We'll have all those options there for her. So we're going to have full maniac mode. We're going to have tow mode. We have an eco mode, everyday car, and then we obviously have then hard cut, launch control, and lumpy idle. All controlled through the car. No more buttons. In the 79s, we have to use a button add-in. We won't need to do that in the 79s. We won't need to patch into your power switch. It's all separate. So if you have one of these tunes already, if you have a Pro Power tune or Pro Mode button, we can revert you back to this new system, but it is a completely new tune, obviously. These are completely programmable to an extent, depending on your mods. So we can option to have stock, power, tow, eco, all those things, or if you want to have an immobiliser, so we can have, eco, power, tow, and immobiliser, and we can still have lumpy idle, launch control, and those things added in. That's an extra little thing we put in. that's all in there. So there's a few different variations we can have, and I said there's 4 maps, basic maps, not basic maps, but basically there's 4 maps we can switch between. They change the boost, they change the injector, it's completely different. This isn't just upping rail pressure and hoping for the best. Completely different boost pressures. I'll go through and show you those at the end of the video, where we have different boosts, we have different AFRs. It goes into a completely different map, and then like I said, you'll have the launch control. These are all options. If you don't want hard cut limiter, you don't have to have it. If you don't want launch control, you don't have to have it. These are just things that we can offer to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get head down, bum up, get back into the laptop. We're going to get this thing tuned up a little bit better, because it came in with more than that. But I just need to start somewhere and work out, make sure everything's working right, and then I can progress through the maps and make sure we get some nice gains. As you can see, there's some good steps up through, so we can keep that relative, but have the steps be big numbers. So that's the goal for now. So please hold 5. We'll do some programming, and we'll go through, and I'll show you from the outside of the car. I'll get one of the boys to go through the switch for me here. I'll show you outside the car, show you what it sounds like, and we'll go through the dyno stuff a little bit better for you so you can see what's going on. And just a side note, don't come in with that much fuel. Look at this. What's this, Alanna? That light there, that stays on when we run it. When you go for a dyno tune, bring your car in with fuel in the tank. Alright, new day today. We got a heap of progress done yesterday. So we're going to keep progressing today. Going to do a fuel rail blank so we can get a bit of more constant fuel rail pressure up there. And see if we can push this thing a little bit more through all the maps. So we get a good little gradient through it, from basically stock, eco, power, tune, tow, and all those things you want, maniac mode. But yeah, obviously we can do different things for you guys. This is a full custom tune, so come in with fuel. Don't come in with it on the empty and thinking that we're just going to load a map in and send you on your way, because that's not what we're doing. We're going to do full custom maps for every car, so we can tailor to your needs. So let's get stuck in. So the fuel rail blanks, there's a bit of a controversial stuff on the websites and things, on websites and forums, whatever about it. But basically, it's down here. That's it down there. It has just a return line coming off of it, so it's just here. What it is this Jabberwocky here has, this one's a aftermarket one we get made, so I'll show you the original digital ones. So the original digital ones are these ones, Denso on them. They actually have a through pass, but that is the actual bleed off point there. So that just bleeds off and goes out through here to the return rail. So all we're doing is putting a block in with nothing in it, but basically you can't control the bleed off on them, so you can't adjust fuel pressure. It's just whatever it wants to dump off in that rate. So we delete that out, we control rail pressure from the ECU, and it's much easier, safer, and nicer for us to tune. So I'll get this ripped out and swapped over. Alright, so there we have it. You've seen a run. I've done heaps and heaps of runs. I'm up to I don't know how many. Really customising this tune to suit Alanna's car and what she wants. The same will go for you guys. We'll tune this to what you guys want, whether you want Immobiliser in there, whether you want maniac mode in there, tow tunes, eco tunes, power tunes. Obviously we can have in there the launch control, the lumpy idle, the hard cut limiter, all those things we can adjust and move and do, but basically that's it. You've got 4 solid maps. These are all individual to your car. They're proper maps. We change the boost, we change the fueling, we change the rail pressuring. Everything has changed. This isn't just bumping up some fuel pressure and hoping for the best. This is 4 custom maps to your car, so we will need a little bit more time with your car to make sure we customise this to your car and what you need. But let's have a look at the dyno and see what we got. Okay, so let's go back through what Alanna wanted. She wanted an eco mode, a normal driving mode, towing mode, power mode, and a maniac mode. So let's have a look at the screen. So what do we have? We have our eco mode, it's 190 kilowatts and 586. We have our tow / normal mode, which is 215, 671. And we have our power mode at 235 and 744. And this is maniac. 251 and 859 newton meters. So 860 newton meters, 250 kilowatts. It's maniac mode. I can show you up some data here now. Let me flick the screens over and I'll show you some data. So we've got some strip graphs up here. So we've got our boost pressures and our AFRs, and you can see that each map changes boost pressure and changes our AFRs. And obviously this one's nice and fat boy, that's our maniac mode, through to an eco mode, which is just, it's in very high 20s doing nothing, but obviously that equates to no power, but eco. So again, this is fully customizable, well, pretty much customizable to your needs. Obviously, if you have turbo upgrades from Gturbo, you have plus 50s, plus 100s. This has plus 30s. You have stock. We can do it all from stock to wild. You know, if you've got stock turbos or G400s or whatever you're gonna have on it, it's fine. We can do all that. But this thing is super cool. I'll go back to the mode so you can go back through them and get a re-learning on those things. Again, you're gonna have to ignore this because we're sitting on the dyno, obviously. But we can have slow lump idle in neutral. If I select a gear, we can have fast lump idle. We can then go through our tunes all the way from 1 through to 4, and you can flick up and down. It doesn't matter which way you want to go. You can go up and down anywhere you want to go, and they default at the number 1. So I've just got Jay. He's going to be our co-pilot, test pilot. I'm going to run at the back just so I can show you the slow lope and fast lope. Go slow lope there. And go fast lope. You go launch. So there are our 4 wanker modes, right? So Alanna is a wanker, and that's why we're doing wanker modes. There's also hard cut as well. So if you go into map 4 there, Jay, we have hard cut. So we have hard cut in map 4. We don't need any other thing because that's our maniac mode. We're sooty everywhere here now. And don't panic, this is pre-DPF, so don't panic. So yeah, that's wanker mode for her. Alright, so I've just gone out the front, so it's a little bit quieter. Hopefully anyway, there's probably a bit noisy, so it's going to be even worse. That's it from us on this one. Multi-mapping, 200 series and 79 series, pre-DPF, DPF, doesn't matter, we can do it. I'm going to be rolling out on my car next, so we'll be having N80s, and obviously Prados and all sorts of things. But obviously I've got to start with the first one I started with, the OG. So we do our 200 series and pre-DPF, no DPF, all that stuff. I'm stuffed, my brain's scattered. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's a lot of talking, a lot of information. I could have done a heap more dyno runs so you can see, but you get bored watching on the dyno, so there's one little sneaky one in there for you. So pricing might change, so I'm not going to tell you the pricing today, but give us a yell, come down, have a yarn. We can tell you some pricing, we can go through some options, what mods you're going to need to suit that. But I said 200 series, 79 series ready to go now. N80s are going to be coming very, very shortly behind, because I can get stuck into my car, and then the sky's the limit really. We're not going to stop here, we're going to keep moving. We've got some options for some other brand stuff as well, so stay tuned for that. So make sure you hit that like, hit subscribe, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. See you boys.